Well, hello. My name is Andy. Over the course of 8 quick weeks, you will begin the journey into the topic of general and oral pathology. Each week, I will give you a brief overview into the exciting topic that you will be discussing in class. Today, we will take a look into disease processes. We will look at how they are classified into categories and characteristics associated with each of the categories. From here, we will take a look at how an injured tissue can heal. You will hear a lot of new and big words. Don't let them scare you. Take a little time each day to make yourself more comfortable with the material and you will be fine. There are a lot of ways to classify diseases. One way is to classify them by their etiology or cause. A developmental disorder has an etiology that is related to an issue or defect that occurs during the time period when the fetus is developing. A disease that is associated with inflammation is caused by the body responding to an injury or disease that results in the body responding by a process known as the inflammatory response. The inflammatory response is a way in which the body eliminates the injurious agent through the development of specific cells. A disease that is classified as infectious is when there is an invasion into the body by pathologic microorganisms. Metabolic diseases are conditions like diabetes that are related to metabolism. You will see that these diseases are systemic but can and do have localized findings. Neoplastic diseases or tumors are caused by a wild overgrowth of cells that grow independently of the tissue that it was formed in. Tumors can be either benign or malignant, each of which have special characteristics associated with them. And like all things, there are some things that don't fall into a nice little category. Some may be related to being caused by trauma, while others may happen for no reason at all. Let's now take a look at something that relates to the causes that we just talked about. How do tissues heal when they are injured? Well, the body may have some options on how to deal with the healing of the tissue. The way in which the body heals the injured tissue will vary on the type of injury, the extent of the injury, and which tissue we are looking at. The injured tissue can deal with healing by growing, the inflammatory response, the immune response, or by a process known as repair. When we look at the growth of the tissue, you will learn about processes called hyperplasia and hypertrophy. Both of these processes refer to an increase in the size of the tissue but are associated with different histological findings. The last section that we will discuss deals with how a tissue can heal by a process called repair. In order for a tissue to heal, the source of injury must be removed. Repair is a generic term that includes processes in which the body replaces damaged cells by cells that are not the exact same as the ones that were damaged. Regeneration, on the other hand, is the replacement of damaged cells with cells that are similar or identical to those that were damaged. How a tissue heals can be influenced by a few things. How extensive the damage was will have a big impact on how well the tissue heals. Another factor that comes into play is what tissue has been damaged. You will learn that the soft tissues of the oral cavity tend to heal by regeneration. So now that you have a little overview of things, try and get a little head start by taking the time to read your material for the upcoming class.